The Lord is our shepherd, I shall not want. Him maketh I like down in a green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water. Them him restored I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea, though I RASTA go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Uno prepare a table before I in the presence of our enemy. Them uno anointed I head with uno oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy I go follow I all the days of I Ivan. Me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God Jah. Kadamawe gromabia tela exact beer tanaistalina bashante shante. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High Jah shall therein abide under the shadow of the Almighty. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it and them is safe. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Jah shall deliver him from all of them. And I give thanks and I says unto your name, King of kings and Lord of lords, the conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah, Amasa Yahuda, Amasa Negusto, Negusti, Danielam, Komaya Sataya, Haimana Pio Aya, How Mauso Bolisa, Adanuoto, Ewa Sikleafo, Akpe Kaka. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunam, where we speak truth to power. And of course, my name, Blakk RASTA. In every traditional African home, there is a black pot. And each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Super nutritious. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes, sizes, colors, aromas, and flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot to be subjected to some amount of heating. Oh yes. And then they produce food. The food is not even eaten by the black pot, neither is it eaten by the ingredients. We, the eaters, eat the food. Yet every time this selfless collaboration between the black pot and the ingredients would continue. Oh gosh. This is the selflessness we must learn. Yes, the selflessness we must learn. We must stand selfless in these times or else we perish forever. Many people will not plant trees because they believe they may not live long enough to benefit from the shade and the fruits of their trees. So they prefer planting tomatoes and onions. They have forgotten that they are making children. Their children would also make children. And if they don't directly benefit from the trees they have planted, their children and children's children in the coming generations will benefit from that. But no, as long as they are not alive, nobody should benefit from them. They want to benefit from themselves, eat everything that they plant, die, be buried, forgotten, and everything is over. Look, this is the purpose of this show, the Black Pot. We are rewiring the mindset of the average African. That is why here, we don't personalize issues. In fact, we don't criticize. But if we must criticize, we'd only just criticize to build and not to destroy. This is the Black Pot. And remember, we are on YouTube. And our YouTube channel is called Black Empire Media. The Black is spelled B-L-A-K-K. Please make sure, as you see it over there, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the notification button so that anytime we come out, you'll be the first to see us. Thank you so much for supporting us all this while, and thank you so much for making us #1. We are the #1 when it comes to Pan-Africanism on TV. We are live on Pan-African TV. We are also live on Loud Silence TV. We are super live on Black Empire TV. And of course, on YouTube, we are live. This is the Black Pot. Please pick up our numbers and do business with us. We love to do business with you. Yes. Remember, we are also supported by Easit. Easit simply means ISIT. in spirit, in truth. Now, if you're tired of social media's negativity, all the violence, all the racism, all the nudity, oh, please feel free to jump ships. Oh, yes. Feel free to jump ships. Relocate onto Is-It. Now, Is-It is the most positive social media app you can think of. It's modeled by Ghanaian engineers in America. And the good thing is that they have powerful algorithms to remove every kind of negativity. That is why Is-It is being talked about all over Africa and beyond. What can you do with Is-It? You can upload your videos, your photos, tell your story, promote your brand, tell us about your business, promote whatever you are doing. And of course, you will meet people of like minds, positive people, and then you will gel. Connect with family and friends, make memories. You can also go live on Is-It. At the same time, you can also make audio and video calls. Hey, and Is-It is 100% free, no hidden cost. Download the app from App Store and Google Play, and everything is everything. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo, and here we speak truth to power. And my outfit designed by Sandra. Beautiful design. Everybody is talking about this. Yeah, Sandra Money. Thank you so much, Sandra Money, for this wonderful one. Remember, Kuchoko Roots Festival is also coming up on the 24th day of June 2023 at the Alliance France. Rate is only 100 Ghana cedis. Q-Shandeya is coming all the way. It's already in the country from St. Vincent. We also have Samuel Owusu, our special guest, who would come and sing for us. We have so many different artists coming from Jamaica and from the Caribbean. We also have Taj Weeks. We have Michael Fabulous. And of course, Tona Hope. It's going to be crazy. Your Kuchoko legend Blakk Rasta would also be on any which way. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo. If you are ready for the action, let me see your blow. Let me see it. Black power. More fire. First story. Watch it. It's rolling like a lion in the mud, ready to dirty itself. Watch me. Komfo Anokye Hospital ready for action. And this is it. Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital, Kumasi. They call it G. It's a beautiful hospital. I've been there several times. My auntie used to be there. She was training as a midwife. In fact, and I was there. Yes. I was there several times. I'm a Kumasi boy. So I know this hospital so well. And I'm glad it was named after a great hero who modeled and changed the face of Asante Mine. And I'm talking about Komfo Anokye, the dreaded fetish priest. Oh my God. Now there is something happening in that hospital. And you need to know. It says what? CAF suspends 2 doctors for extortion. Can you believe this? And the photo of the gentleman there. In fact, when we were in school, we simply called him Addo Mensa. He was a brilliant chap. We went to school together at Tia Ahmadiyya Secondary School, Kumasi. And then we also met at the university. Oh, Addo Mensa was always interested in science. I'm not surprised that he's become a doctor. And I'm not surprised that he's cracking the whip right now. Hey, what is Addo Mensa doing there at KATH, CAF, Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital? Come here, make me read what I want. Hear me now. Watch me. 2 doctors of the Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital, CAP, in Kumasi have been suspended for extorting money from patients. Hey. The 2 were each given a month's suspension without pay. While one has already served his suspension, the other will start from today. The Chief Executive Officer, CEO of CAF, Professor Ochre Yao Addo Mensa, disclosed this yesterday when he paid a courtesy call on the Asante Otumfo Osetutu II at his palace at Manshia Palace. The visit was to introduce himself and the management of the hospital to the Asante since he assumed office 6 months ago. Now let's talk about the discipline that is happening there. Professor Addo Mensa told the Asante that when he took over the management of the hospital, his first priority was to inject discipline into the work ethics of the facility as part of efforts to make the hospital consumer-centered, customer-centered. My God. He noted that some of the clinics were also not starting on time, thus prolonging the waiting periods for patients. The CEO of CAF said, with the support of the board of directors, measures have been put in place, and now all clinics start work at 8 a.m. sharp. To ensure proper supervision on holidays and weekends, Professor Addo said directors at the hospital had been scheduled on a roster such that there were always 2 directors on duty every weekend and on statutory holidays to guarantee seamless flow of work and proper supervision. The CEO further indicated that for 6 months at the helm of affairs, he had been able to solicit sponsorship, and this is important, sponsorship to give a facelift to the doctors and nurses' flats at Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital, and also introduce the point of sale POS and mobile money Momo payment systems to make it easy for patients and their relatives to pay bills. Professor Addo informed the Asante, however, that work on the maternal and baby unit and the sickle cell and blood transfusion center of the hospital, which was being sponsored by the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, GNPC, had come to a standstill. Dash and come here. So Professor Addo was one year ahead of me at TI Secondary School, Kumasi. He was a brilliant chap. And he was in the same class, the same year group as Dr. Ifa of the Bator Hospital, who we talked about recently, refusing to take a car, which he believed. He had to know the source of the money that was used to buy him the car, or else he would not take it. And it was given to him by a Blakk, an MP of the area. Now they sat in the same class, they were taught by the same teachers and masters. I am not surprised that Addo is cracking the whip at Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital. Yes, and this is Dr. Ifa. Remember we talked about him, he's at the Catholic hospital in Bator, and he's a surgeon. In fact, he's a really well-trained doctor. He and Addo sat in the same classroom at TI Secondary School, Kumasi, at the time that the headmaster of the school was the father of Dr. Ifa, and he was called Mr. GYAKYE Ifa. Come here. Now, Addo is doing something that is unique. He took over the CAF, that's the Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital, only 6 months ago. And the first thing he decided to do was to deal with discipline. This is a country that is so indisciplined. Everybody does what they want. We even have an indisciplined president. He can decide to take the laws into his own hands. A lawyer who is supposed to be upholding the law is rather breaking the law. A lawyer who is a lawbreaker, Nana Akufo-Addo, that's him. So this gentleman here, Addo, I know him too well. Hey, decided that he would deal with the fiber of discipline at Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital. And what did he realize? Nurses and doctors were not starting on time. And for that matter, waiting periods for patients was too much. He realized that 2 doctors had extorted money from patients. Somebody comes and he's sick. Hey, this was sickness. Hey, if I don't inject you with this thing, you are going to die. It costs 200,000 Ghana cedis. That's extortion. Doctors are supposed to be truly professional. The lives of the people are in your hands. So when you realize that there's a patient who is rich, it is not a predicate for you to extort money from them. It is not a reason for you to extort money from them. This is what Addo is talking about. Those doctors who were caught extorting money from patients should bow down their heads in shame. We have been fighting for doctors in this country. The nation has been able to uplift you, pay for your training and all that. Now that you are here to serve the people, you took a vow that you will stand for life and support people Whether rain or shine, you would help save lives. Today, if you are extorting money from people, then I don't know what you truly want to tell us. Come here. Watch me. Professor Addo Mensah decided to go not to the president of Ghana, but he went to the Asante-Hene. Why did he go to the Asante-Hene? Can you tell? What is the name of the hospital again? Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital. Komfo Anokye is 100% traditional. It's the best place he went to. In fact, when it comes to Asante-Mine, the history of Asante-Mine will never begin nor end with that of Komfo Anokye. He left whatever he was doing in Ewukugwa and some other places and went all the way to support his friends, the Ashantis. So Addo Mensah hit the nail right on the head. My only problem would be that he dressed like a British man or an American man going to visit Asante-Hene. He would have looked better in Kente or something. Yes, you are going to a traditional home. Look traditional, at least for that moment. But that is not going to spoil anything. CAF CEO appeals to Asante-Hene to intervene in stalled projects. Remember, the first story we read said what? That the GNPC is responsible for the building and renovation of some outfits right there at Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital, but the projects have stalled. So he went to Asante-Hene, and this is what he's telling Asante-Hene. Page 1. The Chief Executive Officer at the Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital, Professor Ochre Yao Addo Mensah, has called on the Asante-Hene Otufo Osetutu II to intervene and complete stalled infrastructure projects at the hospital. The call by the CEO was contained in an online publication by graphiconline.com. Remember, we read that earlier. He made this call while he, Professor Addo Mensah, and the hospital's management team paid a courtesy call on the Asante-Hene in his palace at Manshia. According to the report, Professor Addo Mensah informed the Asante-Hene that the construction of the hospital's maternal and baby unit, MBU, as well as the sickle cell and blood transfusion center, which was being funded by the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, GNPC, had come to a halt. So look at what Addo Mensah is doing. He's looking for support to be able to build Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital. He's not looking for support to build his private residence. He's not looking for support so that he could pump money into his private bank account. He wants to leave a legacy. These are the people we need in our country. We need people who will look at the future. We need generational thinkers. We don't need extortionists. How can you be a doctor? Then you go and extort money from patients who are not well. Patients who need all the psychology. Sometimes you might even need to, in fact, pull out your placebo to be able to deal with some of these patients. A lot of them are psychologically ill. Then they come and you play on their psychology and extort money from them. This is where the country is going. We are not patriotic anymore. We are not. That's why everybody who can afford is now running to South Africa and Dubai for treatment. Our nurses are slapping pregnant women night and day. Doctors are not coming to work early. A doctor would come to the hospital at a time that he wants. Why? Because he believes that, oh, as a big man, you don't have to be on time. What mentality is that? In our country, when you are elevated to very responsible positions, that is when you break all the laws. You don't come to work early, you leave early, but come to work late. And that shows that you are a big man. The big man never comes on time to meetings. When meetings are supposed to start at 8, no. All other people would have to be there and be waiting for him. So when people come and sit down there, and Ghana would also come late. So if the big man would come late, then that means that the meeting, which is supposed to last 2 hours, will now last 2 minutes. Because everybody is late. We must change that attitude. We must look at our nation. It is not our fault that in this country, we have people who don't have common sense. We have to pump the common sense into their heads. We have the best country. There's gold, there's diamond, there's everything. Very beautiful, yet we mash it up almost every day. All because we have no respect for our nation. Come here. It hurts me, my brother, my sister. Walk on our streets and see how people are throwing pieces of rubbish, paper all over the place. The doctors are not ready to work on time. They are extorting patients. At the same time, the hospitals are ill-equipped. And our politicians even make it worse for us. It's sad. But we need leaders who have common sense, not idiotic leaders. We need leaders who will look at the bigger picture, who are generational thinkers, who know the history of this land, and they know for sure that we are coming from far. Yes, we are coming from far. And we must think about that. To Addo men, sir, I want to say thank you so much. Continue in this state. Many are those who are going to say you are too known, and that very soon you will lose steam. People who were even stronger than you came and lost steam. Who are you very soon? Oh, give him 8 months, he will keep quiet. No. Show them that you are coming from TIM at the secondary school, Kumasi. Show them that we were trained to stand firm and look at the bigger picture and not regionalize our minds. We were not taught to be parochial in our thinking. We were taught to look at the bigger picture, to be generational thinkers. In fact, we need a lot of work to be done in this country in terms of rewiring the wires in the minds of our people. And that is what we're doing on this show. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo. Follow me. Next story. Now the next story says what? Nana Addo does not pay tax. And this is Domelevo talking. Who is Domelevo? That's him, Daniel Domelevo. Daniel Yao Domelevo. Hey, this week he's been in the news all over. He was the Auditor General of the Republic of Ghana. And he was a thorn in the flesh of this dirty, corrupt government of Nana Akufo-Addo, family and friends government. There was a time he was investigating a $1 million American deal, which involved the so-called senior minister, Osafo Mafo, and Kroll and Associates. He felt that it was dubious. The matter went to court. Osafo Mafo felt that he had been slighted, and therefore he went to court. Domelevo was cited for what is known as what of court? Contempt of court. However that thing ended, we don't know. But they found a way of hounding this man out of office. First, they said he had not, in fact, gone on leave for so long. By all means, he must go on leave. He told Mr. President, in fact, this is an independent outfit. You are not supposed to interfere. Let us inside deal with this issue. Mr. President said no. No wonder he granted an interview and said, I worked in a toxic environment, which was full of enemies. That is very true. That's very true. Yes, very, very true. So they hounded him out of office. When he was supposed to return to his post, they said, oh, your time to retire is even up. He said, no, I have 2 more years to go. That date of birth was a mistake. This is the real one. And the facts are there. Mr. President said, no, you are retired. Go home and rest. And he appointed his deputy to take over from him when this man was still sitting. It was totally unconstitutional. And this man made it clear. What you are doing is unlawful. We are an independent outfit. Why are you taking decisions for us? It's wrong. Mr. President said, if you want a lesson in law, come, we will teach you. Yes, meanwhile, the president himself is an illiterate when it comes to law, as said by the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court supported Domelevo and said Domelevo was right. What the president was doing was totally unlawful. No wonder Domelevo said it's sad that the presidency was at forefront of violating constitution. Domelevo laments after Supreme Court ruling. That's what he told the president. What you are doing is unconstitutional. You are a lawyer. And you are surrounded by lawyers. Can you look at this again? Mr. President said, go. Very vindictive old man. I don't like his face. Honestly. People like this, I don't like them. They are so vindictive and so arrogant. Look how he chased Domelevo out of the place. An old man. As a father and a father figure, he could have invited this man to sit with him. A, B, C, D, E, F. Let's find out what is happening. No. You are retired. Go. By all means, go on leave. Go. Take all your leave. And when you return, it will be time for you to retire. So don't come. Go back. Domelevo said no. Today, the Supreme Court says the president was wrong. But of course, until after 3 years, this decision was not taken. Now, Domelevo is rightly gone. He's retired. He can't come back. But the thing is that he could have pressed charges. He was forced to leave office when it was not due for him to go. And the way it was done was unconstitutional. In some places and some quarters, he would have been a candidate for what? Judgment debt. But Domelevo says what? Please, I don't need any money. You know why he's saying that? Watch this. Akufo-Addo doesn't pay tax. Domelevo explains why he won't seek damages. Come here. Let's look at it. And I like this. Oh my God. What a man. These are the people we need in this country. Daniel Yao Domelevo, former Auditor General, has declined calls to push for damages for his unconstitutional leave as directed and enforced by the presidency in 2020. The Supreme Court, after 3 years, ruled that the forced leave was unconstitutional and null and void. In an interview with City FM hours after the May 31 ruling was handed down, Domelevo said even though he felt vindicated, he was not going to push further because the person who caused his predicament was not a taxpayer. Many people made such suggestions, but I jokingly tell them, why would I take redress to get compensation from the taxpayers who did nothing to me? The president doesn't pay tax. So if I am not interested in taking any further action, I am not interested in taking any action. That's what we are coming. You know what Domelevo is talking about? He's saying that if I take the president up and seek redress, the best they can do is pay him for the 2 years that he should have been in office and pay him some compensation. Where is that money coming from? The taxpayer. But the president doesn't pay tax. He was the one who caused him to be removed. This dirty-minded, politically illiterate president. I don't like him. I used to like him and I supported him, but I don't. And I'm talking because I'm seeing a bigger picture. Nobody's bigger than the truth. We don't fear anybody. It's about Ghana. It's about our people. We won't let one person force us all and cower us into submission. La Mahmoud. It won't happen. Look how he was chasing this man out, and well-meaning people were telling him, this is wrong, Mr. President. With all love and honor, Mr. President, this is wrong. Mr. President said, you voted me as president. I am the king. I take any decision I want. And he did it. 3 years after, it came out that the president was nonchalant. He was careless. He was vindictive. He was a law illiterate. He didn't know what he was doing, or he intentionally decided to step and break those laws. A lawyer who breaks laws. At the end of the day, Domelevo is gone. He says, I forgive you, Mr. President. I forgive your arrogant self. I forgive your law-breaking head. Go away. He said he won't take money. It's the taxpayers' money he's going to take, and he's going to saddle Ghana in more debt, especially that the nation is already hemorrhaging. He said he won't do it. Let the president go. Keep the money. Let your conscience talk to you. This is going to be a scar on your conscience for life. That's if the president has a conscience already. Domelevo, I appreciate you. I thank you. And I love you. I've never met you. I heard when he was in office, he treated every Ghanaian equally. And even a text message, he will respond. He might not agree with everything you would say, but he will respect your views. And if you needed to meet him, if you had any information for him, he would even take time and explain things to you. Such a man. Look at our arrogant MPs. Look at our arrogant ministers. You need an appointment before you see them. An appointment which takes about 2 years before you can see them. Yet when it comes to election time, they are in your constituency every second. You can shake hands with them. They fry kose and masa. They fry kelewele and the rest with you. They drink calipo with you. Such jokers. God is watching all of you. You think you are smart. You are roasting in hell. Satan is ready to sodomize all of you with no mercy. Satan cannot wait to sodomize the president, sodomize his vice president, and sodomize all those guys in power who are treating Ghanaians like rats. Domelevo has spoken. May God bless you. Wherever you are, may the blessing of the Almighty go to you. May the Spirit of Ghana continue to guide you. May the Spirit of Domelevo spread all over Ghana so that we'll change our dirty minds. This would have been time for some dirty man to go out there and say, hey, I'm going to press charges. I'm going to get money. He said, what money? How much money can you give me, Domelevo, that will make me need no money anymore? Keep the money. The man who visited me with harm and so much hatred doesn't even pay tax. The money he's going to spend is not his money. But they don't care. They will borrow and borrow as long as Data Bank is making all the money. To God be the glory. When we return, we have more. Hey! Woyo! This is the Black Pot, aka Coco Showman. Here we speak truth to power. Remember, Kuchoko Roots Festival is here on the 24th day of June 2023. The countdown is on. Have you bought your tickets yet? It's happening at the Alliance Francaise. Remember, it has limited seating. We have 4 Caribbean artists coming in to join us. We have Taj Weeks, all the way from St. Lucia, His Royal Excellency. We have Rasku Kupum, he's coming. It's all live band. Kushandeya is coming all the way from St. Vincent and is already in Ghana. We have Michael Fabulous and we also have Tona Hope. Rena is joining us. Sabolo Usu is here. Your Kuchoko legend Black Rasta is also on. Black Messiah is also on. Please call those numbers there and buy your tickets now. And this year, we are combining the Kuchoko Roots Festival with the Coco Roots Festival. When you come in for the first time ever, you are given a calabash of porridge. Calabash of porridge. You decide whether you want to eat that with kose or kuli or masa. After that, you get free kebab, vegan kebab. Hey, what a festival. So the day, you see so many people holding calabashes, drinking and having fun. And there are going to be so many different types of cocoa from the northern region. Kunun kanwa, We would also have cocoa sakura. We would have the RASTA cocoa, the one that has, you know, the corn pieces inside, you know. Oh my God. I can't wait for Kuchoko Roots Festival. Any which way. It's the 24th. And we have powerful artists coming. Everybody is playing live. And of course, we are partnered by Media General and of course, Pan-African TV and Black Empire TV. The two ways about that. Come here. Next story. Now the next story is rolling up. What does it say? Ghana better off without GYAKYE QUAYSON. GYAKYE QUAYSON is this man here. He was an MP until he was pulled out. MP somewhere in Asing. He was a Canadian citizen. Ghanaian citizen at the same time, dual citizenship. At a point he wanted to run for the MP position of Asing. And he knew that you would have to renounce your other citizenship and hold only the Ghana citizenship in order to qualify to run. According to him, he started the procedure, but the procedure hadn't ended. You started it. It has to reach the Canadian people. They will have to write back to you and tell you, oh, you've renounced it, it's over. Thank you so much. It hadn't reached the other side. He won the elections. And he went into the parliament. A whistleblower went into his life and realized that no, this was what this guy had done. At the time that he went picking up the forms to run for the elections, he had not properly followed procedure. He had not properly renounced his Canadian citizenship. And when the courts went into it, it ran for about 2 years. They looked into it and realized that, yes, the whistleblower was right. And now this guy, who should have suffered in jail, the NDC wants to push him out again to go and stand. And he's also saying that he's going to stand for the by-election. Who is going to give him the chance? Who is going to give him the chance? It's perjury. He lied on oath. To be an MP in this country, you must have only one citizenship. Now, Mahama says if he becomes president, he will make sure that dual citizenship holders will be able to take office, such as the MPship and also ministerial positions. And I disagree vehemently. In this country, what we need most is patriotism. Dual citizenship is going to dilute our patriotism. No two ways about that. Somebody told me that, oh, but we do it in America. You can be a citizen of America, Ghana, and some other, and then you can still hold. America is far ahead when it comes to patriotism. Americans see their flag flying and they are shedding tears and crying. Americans respect America. They fight against corruption with their hearts and their blood. In our country, the more corrupt you are, the smarter. We clap for you. So you think this is a country that has to deal with dual citizenship? America went through a period. We are going through that period. The disease that did not kill the vulture may not necessarily be withstood by the fowl. This is my own proverb. Let me bring my own brother A.B.A. Fuseni in. He said the disease that attacked the vulture and made it bald, if that disease had hit the fowl, it would have been in the cooking pot. A.B.A. Fuseni. Yaria Eche. Vulture cry, can you say? Vulture. A man, it's a pie, no. A pie, no. Sa yare no eche akukọ a. Obekọ akoda wo cooking pot mu. Yebe ya akukọ krakra. Kukon kraka, akukon kwan. My brother, the disease That did not kill America. If a quarter of it touches us, we would all die like a tsunami. Unexpected death. So when we're talking about America, America has its own unique history. We are a unique people, and we need to be able to deal with our own sicknesses. We don't suffer the same sicknesses. This is a country that is suffering from unpatriotism. Then you come and talk to me about dual citizenship. It means you don't know the country you want to even rule. Hey! This is the time we have to return to the ancient Ghana Empire. This is the time we all have to sit back and enforce patriotism. In the days of Kwame Nkrumah, let me tell you something. This guy from Asia, he was probably Chinese or something. He went into a toilet in Accra and he was reading a newspaper. When he finished whatever he was doing, he looked around, he couldn't find toilet paper, and he decided to use the newspaper. He probably didn't look well. He wiped his bottom and went out. When the cleaner entered there to clean the place, he saw that this Chinese man or Asian had wiped his bottom with a newspaper that had the face of Kwame Nkrumah on it. He said, hey! Quickly, he reported to the police. The guy was picked up. He was deported immediately. Patriotism. Hey, today Indians can wipe their bottom with Nana Addo's photograph. Who cares? Go to the toilets. There are a lot of those papers lying down with Nana Addo's face all smeared with yellow material. Some of them are even green and pink material on it. Kelewele sellers. They have newspapers with Nana Addo's face on it. They squeeze it and tie Kelewele and give it to you. Who cares? You see how we have degraded. Patriotism doesn't work anymore. Hey! Go to Makwala Market. Let them start blasting. Bang, 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 bang. Hey, everybody's gone haywire. Everybody's talking. They see it as yet another hip life music. Hip life. National anthem, no? Or your hip life music. Patriotism is no more alive. And you come and talk to me about dual citizenship. I have a problem. I honestly have a problem. We want to start a country that is rich in patriotism. A country that is rich in Pan-Africanism. A country whose president would not have to look outside for funds. A country that will be funded internally, domestically. Is doable. Instill the discipline of Pan-Africanism and patriotism in the people and see whether it will work or not. Nana Addo has lost it all. Nobody respects him. Corrupt president. Very corrupt. A lawyer whose certificate has only been seen by ghosts and demons. Yet he's a lawyer. Breaking the laws. And Baumia also says he is a loyal of Jesus have mercy. Anybody in the government of Nana Akufo-Addo is never ready for presidency. Such a corrupt man, such a corrupt government. You are following the machine of the world place, and you come and tell me that you have something to offer. What do you have to offer? What? You have all failed. As for GYAKYE Masa, Jairofin. You know what? You have to purge yourself properly. Right now, you are not a citizen of Canada. You can never be a citizen of Canada again. It's finished. Once you renounce it, hey, if you want to turn into an albino, you will never become a citizen. Change your face. Go for surgery. Hey, if you want, go for transgender. You will never be a citizen of Canada again. And I like their laws. You understand? So the point I am making is that perjury, I hear he might be going to jail for 10 years. 10 years. Please, if that is it, let him go quickly. Do you want to vote for a man who is ready, who is a jailhouse candidate? He's a potential jail bed. 10 years. Let him go. He didn't respect this country's laws. Nobody should support him. The country first, not Mahama, not Nana Addo, not Baumia, not even me. The country. Dash. When we return, we have more for you. My name is Blakk Rasta. Nobody is bigger than the truth. It's all about our country. Hey! Wayo! A spiritual blend of Jamaican reggae and indigenous African roots music is affectionately called Kuchoko.
This year, all the ancestors and spirits of Africa will descend to celebrate the Kuchoko Roots Festival 2023.
Happening live at the Alliance Francaise, Accra.
On Saturday, June 24 at 7 p.m. sharp till you pass out.
Artists in action are Blakk Rasta, your Kuchoko legend, His Royal Excellency Taj Wicks from St. Lucia, Kyushan Dea from St. Vincent, Rassim Porsche and Zedmu from Burkina Faso, the land of the upright. Now the rest of the Kuchoko warriors are Ras Kuku from Buom, Ras Bumba, Konkaraja Vibes, Black Messiah, Rena, Ras Preacherman, Vibration Kings Band.
Special Kuchoko guest for 2023 is Samuel Owusu, a high life legend. MCs King Lagazi and Ras Kwame Malcolm.
This year, the Kuchoko Roots Festival comes with the Cocoa Roots Festival. Come and drink free cocoa, box with kose, masa, and vegan kebab and kuli kuli.
All this for free. This is crazy. You are either at Kuchoko Roots Festival 2023 or in hell. Rate is 100 Ghana cedis flat. Date Saturday 24 June 2023. Time 7 p.m. sharp. Media partners TV3, 3FM, Onua FM, and 3news.com.
Sponsors Rasta Chokomalt, McBansi, Acid, Vegan Port.
Suffer, rich man lady suffer, lie. Skip a judge.
Blackpot, Coco show.
Kuchoko is going to be dread. Kuchoko bam, Kuchoko bam, Kuchoko, 24th of June. All hell is going to fall apart. This is the Blackpot. Have you bought your tickets yet? It's a limited sitting space, so make sure you get your tickets now before it's too late. It's only 100 Ghana cedis. All you need to do is to call the numbers on the screen, and of course, you are in business. These are the numbers. Pick them up, call them, and get your advance tickets now before it's too late. This is the Blackpot, aka Kukushonomo. Come here, so man. And our numbers are rolling on the screen. You can also call these numbers. And of course, you'll get your tickets and do business with us as well. This is the Blackpot. Next story. Now the next story says what? Uganda ready for gay war with America. America is threatening that if Uganda does not repeal its gay law, sanctions would follow, and Joe Biden is serious about it. So the question is, why is America not threatening Saudi Arabia? Because they have one of the most terrible gay laws in the world, Saudi Arabia. And some of these Arab countries. But you are rather targeting Africa. And we explained it already. Because they are giving you crumbs from off the table. They are feeding you so they control you. But the Ugandan State House has responded. And look at this. President Kaguta Museveni, the RNM, yes, has never had two languages. What we tell you in the day is what we shall say to you at night. The signing of the anti-homosexuality bill is finished. Nobody will move us. We would be ready for war. Remember, war is not for the soft. Come here. Hey. Hey, this is Kaguta Museveni. He says, hey, we are ready for the war. And remember that war is not for the soft. In Uganda, if you have HIV/AIDS and you intentionally sleep with another man as a man and give it to this man, or a woman and give it to the woman, you are going to face the death sentence straight. They will hang you and kill you. In Uganda, if you are seen as a man or a woman kissing another man or another woman respectively, you will go to jail for several years. In Uganda, the law also says that if people are going to come out, are able to come out and be able to prove that you are gay, you will go to jail. That is what the law is saying. And America says, no, you cannot do that. We are giving you aid. For that matter, if you joke with us, we are pulling back the aid. And Museveni said, war is not for the soft. Look, we have coffee. We have gold, we have diamond. Take your aid. Museveni quoted an African proverb. Come here, let me quote it for you. He said, watch it. He said, Kaguta Museveni never had two languages. We tell you in the day the same thing that will be told to you at night. It means what we tell you in the day is the same thing you hear in the night. And he says the signing of the anti-homosexuality bill is finished. Nobody will move us. And he said nobody is highlighted. Nobody. We should be ready for a war. Remember, war is not for the soft. Otilo. Signing of anti-LGBT bill is finished. We are ready for war. Uganda president declares. Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Dash. So Uganda has spoken. You see, the only thing I like about this is not about whether I support homosexuality or not. No. Because I don't even understand what it is. I don't know what LGBTQI+ is, honestly. The more I try to understand it, the more I don't. The more I look, the less I see. The only thing I like about this thing is that America has controlled Africa for too long. It's good African leaders are standing up against America. Number two, I am happy about this because now the aid is going to stop coming to Africa. And Africans would have to learn a strong lesson of being properly independent. Too much of the tomfoolery, too much of the begging, too much of the aid, too much of the grants. Time now to be truly independent. What are you doing with your diamond and gold, idiots? Every time you're running to your paymaster, America, and now America is asking you to toe the line, and you are crying. Toe the line. You have coffee. Make sure your people benefit from the coffee money, benefit from the gold money, benefit from the diamond money, and stop begging. These are the two things I like. Africa is standing up against America, same way Saudi Arabia and the rest are standing against America. Let them go and put the sanctions on Saudi Arabia. Look how they messed up Zimbabwe. But it's time for Africa to stand up. Dash. Next story. I'm going away. I have just about 5 minutes more to go. Ghana's retirement curse. Oh, Jesus. What is retirement? When you retire, is when you have worked and then work time is over, you have to go and rest. If you have never worked, there's nothing like retirement. You've always been in retirement. That's why when somebody tells you, thank God it's Friday, you ask him, what has he been doing from Monday to Thursday? If you were sleeping, you have no right, moral right to even say, thank God it's Friday. Old age, a blessing, now becoming a curse. And I need you to read this. In Ghana and Africa, it's a fact that old age goes with wisdom and huge store of knowledge. People in all homes, offices rely on the aged for advice at all times. To compensate for their roles, extended families do provide the aged with accommodation and good care. However, in Ghana and other parts of the world, this rich tradition is giving way to something different. Aging is becoming problematic in the areas of recognition and honor in public and even at home. By law, at 60, all persons in public service and in other sectors are required to give way to the younger ones. Hallelujah. Ghana is known worldwide as a leading hospitable nation. Even though the aged are old men and women who bear their own names, the generic names for them at home and in the public places are changed to old man and old lady or Olu. Currently, the younger persons refuse giving up their seats on public transport and public places to the aged. Now, the guiltiest of these are some trotro drivers and mates and some traders who hardly show courtesy to the aged. Heads of departments, ministers, and heads of states or presidents, however young, are often called old men and women, meant jokingly to honor them. Ordinarily, there is nothing wrong with an aged person being addressed as old man and woman. However, the tag is given to older persons derogatory manner that often makes them sad. Some of the older persons who are on pension but have no work too often regret venturing out to town. Dash and come here. What this article is saying is nice. A beautiful article. If I'm not careful, I'm going to read the whole thing, but I don't have too much time. Now, in Ghana, by the age of 60, if you are in public service and other such sectors, you must drop. Just last year, a radio presenter friend of mine was told that he had hit 60 and had to go home, and he was shocked. At the radio, so he retire. He broke down in tears. He didn't know that in private service, as a radio presenter, I still have my voice. I'm now rich with vocabulary. You're asking me to go home and give way to who? He was shocked. We are still trying to deal with him mentally. That is the situation. But today, I intentionally brought this so we can look at something important. Listen, retirement in Ghana is the gateway to hell. Please, listen attentively. When you are driving a car so fast, can you stop it immediately? The car will roll over. That's how retirement in Ghana is. When we are retiring our hard-working people who have always been on the run, we do not retire them slowly, like the way you stop a speeding car slowly before it finally stops. We retire them abruptly. The person is working. The workload is not reduced. No. There's no institution in Ghana that will say, oh, you are now 55 and in 5 years you are going to be retiring, so we are going to slow down your work. Instead of working 10 hours, now you can work 8 hours. And no, you work all your full hours as if you have just come in at the age of 18. At 60, you stop abruptly. That is what is killing us. Social Security and National Insurance Trust. How much are they giving to the pensioned person? Almost nothing. In some parts of the world, they have holiday packages. I am suggesting that retirement in this country should be done slowly. It's like music. When we are playing music and enjoying it, especially if it's fast-paced music, and you end it abruptly, how do you feel? Imagine you are jumping and dancing, all of a sudden, boom. You break your heart. That's why music is faded out slowly, to tell you that it's ending, so reduce your enjoyment. That's the meaning. Today, as it stands, old age is like a curse in this country. No wonder a lot of old men are now into politics. They still cannot see the reality of going to sit home at 60 and doing nothing. They want to come out and fight that canker. Can we now decide that from 55, we start slowing down our workers, fading them out gradually, so that at 60, they would have become used to retirement, at least in a way? Can we give them some good packages to travel out and better facilities for health? And can we give them free food and other such things, aside the money that we give to them to do whatever they want to? This has been the Blakk Pot. Come here. And with this humble opinion, I would like to say bye-bye. It's been the Blakk Pot. My name is Blakk RASTA. I love you for loving me. To God be the glory. God bless Ghana. God bless Africa. God bless you. Hey! Wayo!